Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do one of Wainwright's 6 exciting situations, and that is the South Traverse of Great Gable. Right, let's check it out on the map. Starting at Wasdale Head Car Park, we work our way past St.Olaf's church and over the bridge at Gable Beck, soon finding our ascending path as we rise up steadily with the fairy pools below us. Carrying on up, we reach Sty Head and Styhead stretcher box. Turning onto the climber's path, we make our way along the South Traverse of Great Gable, which has some challenging sections and has excellent views over the surrounding fells. We continue around to Gable Beck and then take the path down onto Moses' Trod, where we complete our walk after going over 5 small bridges, then eventually finding ourselves at the pub. So we're starting in the car park at Wasdale Head, and the inn's just over there. We'll pop in there later. Today we're going down this track next to Lingmel House, and we'll soon get to St.Olaf's church, so we'll just pop into there, then we'll make our way towards Great Gable, which is there just in front of us. It's the first day of autumn in the Lake District, and it's supposed to be a cloud base of 750 metres today, but it is blue skies. Look at that. In the book, Wainwright says that the South Traverse, which is just up here, is not for dogs, children or well-behaved women. So I brought Alison with me today. This is our church just ahead of us. This one's been on the cards for a while, and it's the 6th of Wainwright's 6 exciting situations, which are in the back of the Western Fells book. What have you found? Sheepy. Yeah. Bit of sheep rubbings. I can't see any sheep though. Maybe they've all broke out doing that. Just in this little copse here, that is St.Olaf's church. This church has been standing for just short of 500 years. It's built on the site of another church. There we go then. So St.Olaf's church, we popped in last time we were here. Alison's not been before, have you? Yeah, it's cute. It's the smallest church in England, and I'll say it probably holds about 30 people. Now I'm looking for a couple of things. We've done a bit more research on this church since we were last here. What we're looking for, and we'll see this today, is Nape's needle. There we go. And it's just in the window there. Get a little close up for you. Yeah, there's extensive restoration about to take place in the church. What are you pointing out? This, Joss Naylor, MBE, a rest beneath these fells and mountains he loves. Alright, so you're in good company if you're here. Looks like the Naylor family is here, because that's Joss Naylor, Scott, Ella. It's a whole group of them. Family churchyard. I'll show you something over here though. This is the Fell and Rock Climbing Club, and they're giving a relief of the area so you can trace your paths going around it. Do you remember that from Great Gable at the top? No. So that's St.Olaf's, or Dinky Church. We'll leave the church behind. Last time we did that, a comment came in from Bob, and he said he's heard a legend that the beams on there are from a Viking longship, and that might be 1,000 years old. So I don't know if it's true, but interesting story. The name St.Olaf as well was only given to the church in 1977, which is a very important year because Star Wars came out. And it's also the year the lovely Alison was born. Although obviously she looks much younger. Work our way to the end, and Styhead stretcher box will be there, and then we'll work our way along the traverse and then back down here. Bird of prey just at the top there. Don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. It's looking for some dinner.
That water though.
I know you can't really tell today, but yesterday it was a weather warning for rain and it absolutely tipped it down. So the water will be pretty active as we go around. You can just see it working its way down. If you go the other way and carry on, you get to the fairy pools. That's a good wild swim area. This is a working farm, and we're not going that way, we're heading to the side here. Pardon? Yeah, unless you want to see the farm dog. On this it does say path very clearly. When we were doing the Cumbria Way, there was a farmer there who went mad because we went on his land, but he really didn't make it clear at all what was what. So yeah, you probably have met him if you've been on that.
He was very angry, wasn't he?
He was very angry, but he also had very poor signage. This is Kirk Fell right in front of us, and just over here, that's where we're going today, Great Gable. St. Kirk Fell's a good one. Yeah, it's really nice. Got another video on Kirk Fell, it's just a single mountain, but that's really good. So if you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description for you. So the top's just up here. We'll be just near those when we do the traverse. Yeah.
Fresh water.
Fresh water, yeah. It is. This is normally inactive, but because it was so sort of heavily raining yesterday and you can see all the water coming down, it's fast flowing today. It's a bit of it underfoot here. This is normally dry, but it really was heavy downpours. Wow, spectacular. And it is a very quiet Lake District today. And it's a Sunday, but the forecast was actually not great, was it?
No.
But it's actually brilliant.
Very sunny.
Yeah. There we go then. Got your Greggs sausage roll. We're not sponsored by Greggs. We just like the sausage rolls. Looks like the sheep have all been tagged for the winter with a red stripe. That's Banksy's been around. Just going up there, and that'll take us to Styhead stretcher box. We are hoping not to use that stretcher box today. It's a bit of a tricky one, this. It's not for everybody, I'll say that now. So Great Gable, straightforward enough, and you can go up the track we're going to take now, then just pop up to Great Gable that way.
Oh.
What's that? Helicopters are out, hopefully not mountain rescue. Probably just the tourist helicopter. As I look back, Wast Water there, and then Gable Head on this side. Lingmel at our side here, and at the top, when you go up, that'll be the corridor route. Excited?
Yeah.
It should be good, this. Looking forward to this for a while. Alison said she'd not been on an exciting one for a bit, so she wanted to go. Fast flowing today, there's a Lingmel Beck just at the side, and we'll just get to this bridge, and that'll go over Gable Beck, which is just coming down here. And we'll pass that later. This is our route down. My favourite, a bridge tracking shot. There we go. This is us going over Gable Beck. And that's it coming down. Wow, it's busy today. Alison's going to take a few photos, which you can see on Instagram if you wish. I'll put her stuff in the description for you. That's clear, isn't it? Crystal clear. We'll head on through, and the path is just there ahead of us. This path at the side here is one we'll be coming back down, but for now we're just straight forward and then working our way up. Way up to? Oh, what's that spider? Oh, get it? Spider season.
Possibly upside down on water at first, and it must have put a web to get itself out.
Alright, so the track will start to work its way up. You can see it coming down here, look at that. Just coming out of the ground. Flood waters. See it going across there. Torrential rain from yesterday. Anyway, we'll soon be off the valley floor and we'll work our way up there. Was originally going to do a low one today around Home Fell and Black Crag, but because it's so wet and it is boggy down there anyway, there's a natural tarn on the area. It would be absolutely soaking. So I thought I'd go on the rocky bits. Where we're going to go, you can just see up at the top. That's our area. And there'll be Cat Rock up there, Nape's Needle up there, but we'll show those a bit later. Just going to head up the fell side now, start to take that ascent. We're at around 130 metres here, and we're going to go up to 480. So a bit of a notable up, but it is continual and steady. From here then, there's a split. The fairy pools are down there for bathing, and we are going up here. As you can see, it's a nice steady path this. I was up it the other week, just out here. You can see a little family there below, and they are working their way down towards the fairy pools down there. As you're going up, it's a great route, and I can still hear the beck at the side. Back here, you've got that view. Fancy a stop? Absolutely fantastic. Wow. So you barrow just here, and then you're onto Red Pike there. You put tuning layers on. Yeah, always. The thing we normally say is be bold and start cold. Look, ancient door closing mechanisms. Right, today at the top it says it's going to be 4 degrees, which is why probably overdressed, because it definitely is hotter than expected.
Yeah.
So this is merino wool, and you've layered up, haven't you?
Yeah.
But normally I'd be wearing a synthetic for this one. Also good for hiking, but just don't wear cotton, because cotton holds on to moisture. So when it's a bit windy at the top and there's a bit of a chill, it'll soon get you cold. So yeah, synthetics or merino wool.
Are we drinking?
Now in the pub later. Also fluids, I've got 2 litres of water to do this. It's not a massive one, as in like lots of hours, but yeah, it's going to be a bit warm going up. So here, got some stunning scenes, and just beyond Allison, we can see Piers Gill just over here coming down. Let's have a look at that. We're at around 300 metres, and it's quite a stable path this going up, so not much trouble, even though it's been really wet lately. You can see it just continues straight up there. Over here, we've got Broad Crag. Now, it is a bit scrabbly around here. You can see on this path, doesn't last long, it's probably about 100 metres along, and then you're out of it. Your favourite, a bit of Scrabble? So that's our look back, and then this is the scree which comes off. And just overhead, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but Cat Rock is just there. This is Piers Gill at the side. What do you think so far?
Good, apart from the scree.
Good apart from the scree. Yeah, we're soon out of it. It's just that section here, and then a touch more. Once we get to that little runoff section, you see the water. That's the end of it. It's more or less, there's a bit of a climbing section later on, but we'll soon be on our path, then following the tops along. Look at this! What is happening here? Wow, that's crazy. Can't believe that. Everything's just coming out of the mountain now. And further up it's dead rocky, so the rain from last night will have gone straight into the rocks and then working its way. That is crazy. What is happening here? Wow. Oh. Now that I wasn't expecting. When I came down here last time, it's dry as a bone. Look at that. Do our best then. Whoa. Just gotta go for it. Across. Wow. Just keep moving. That's unexpected. There's a slightly higher path up here. Whoop. Wow. that was a trickle last time I came up here. After it, we got this slight climby section, but it's only for a few yards, maybe 30 yards up. Just coming out of that section. So most of the way up, we're nearly at Sty Head, and then we'll see the stretcher box. Then we can turn to take the climber's path. So in a minute, we're just checking our general health. That's how much heartbeat. Mine 168 on the old Garmin. What's yours?
It was 173, now 166.
160. It's all right. Yeah, it's quite hot doing this today. So once we've completed this, that's very much the majority of the height, and then the traverse we're going to go across, that's relatively flat in parts, just with the odd pickup, but it's mainly about the experience and the exposure.
We're a bit mad, aren't we?
We're a bit mad, yeah, I suppose. Anyway, it's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've been up Great Gable, let me know how you did it.
Bet they didn't do it this way.
These paths are more like streams today. Luckily, it's a dry one at this side. So we're nearly out the coal where Sty Head is, and then if we were going that way, we'd take the corridor route up to Fell Pike. And if you're coming this way around, some people often go down there, and it's a bit of a mountain rescue hotspot, because you can, if you take the path to the left, end up on some really craggy stuff on Piers Gill. So if you're coming down that way, then just stay on the right, and you'll eventually get yourself back to here and can loop back round. But I've got a video which includes this circuit, and then round to Fell Pike, and then down the tourist route. So if you want to check that out, and it is quite a quiet route except for the main tourist bit, then I'll put a link in the description and you can check it out. A little bit of hands-on around here. You okay with it?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Done over 100 Wainwrights. You found a Wainwright's app, haven't you?
Yes. For free.
For free. It just you can check them off as you do them on it, and it gives you a percentage. I'll put a comment on what the app is in the description to this video. So if you want to have a look at that, you can do. You think it's a two-man job? What, the app?
Yeah. You can read off my map.
Yeah.
Off.
That's right. Yeah, I've got a scratch-off map at home as well. If you're new to the channel or just watch this on TV, if you go on the YouTube sort of site, all these have got the description underneath them. Everything we're using is in there with click-throughs to the gear, and you can get the route map there as well. So you want to download this to your phone before you do it, or any of them, then you can just get that. And then it'll tell you if you're going wrong or not, which is fine on a day like today because we can see everything. But when it's quite claggy, I always have a route map with me because I invariably can wander off. Here we are. It's opening up to us. Yeah, in fact, the last time I was over here, I got buzzed by a plane. Oh, got buzzed by a couple of planes. That's going to take my head off. It's about 50 metres away from me. This that we're coming to is Sty Head. We'll get around this corner and we can see Sty Head Tarn there. Then that gives us a view all the way back down to Skiddaw and a little bit of Blencathra.
We're not near Blencathra.
We are? Well, no, we're not near it, but the view is near it. The view you can see down to it. It's just over there. We'll get round here first. There we go. Bit more populated. You can just see we've got a view. So Blencathra just down here. And there we go. That's our stretcher box to Wasdale and Borrowdale. We're up a little bit to this section, but there's the Tarn behind me. I've just come up a little bit to show you where this is because you can miss it quite easily. That's the stretcher box down there. The normal path up Great Gable goes up here and you just trace it up, but where we're going on the climber's path is where Alison is over there, and we just head off back to that rocky outcrop. So it's just above the route we were on before. You hit the box and then you track back this way. Alright, it's dead easy to miss, but I'll put the route in the description for you so you can download that to your phone before you go and you won't miss it. So we can just about trace this going up. So just to point this out, and when we're at Sty Head stretcher box there's a route across and below the crags here, and that is the corridor route to Scarfell Pike. So you can take that and gradually work your way up to it, which is over there. So if you want to see a video on that, I'll pop mine in the description for you. You can have a look at it. What?
Nothing.
It's information. I'll show you as much of this as I can going along, because we had a look for videos, didn't we, before we came?
Yeah.
And basically no one's covered this in any sort of depth that we could find anyway. So given it's one of Wainwright's 6 exciting situations, then yeah, it should be interesting. If it's not worthy for Wainwright, it's definitely worth going on. But you know, I do these videos to help you decide, because lots of people put comments on going, I like the video, but I'm not doing that one. And that is all part of it. And that's fine, because I want to help you to try and make a decision really, whether it is for you or not. And then, you know, potentially could save you getting in a bit of trouble. There we go, there's our rocky mass ahead of us. Tempting. On this you can see the path, but we're going to have to go down around the scree face and then up there. So that's our little trail. Just below us there, that's the path we came up on. So you sort of double back on yourself, but on a higher route. Some boulders around, so I'll get our way over here. It's hands on, so if you're doing it in winter, just make sure you've got some gloves.
I've always got gloves.
You've always got gloves. As I say, it's not a route for dogs, children or well-behaved women. That's what Wainwright says. Don't blame me. Obviously a bit scrambly. Let's just take your time across here. Trying to work out the length of it. I think it's over 1 kilometre by the look of it. It's quite loose, as you can probably hear under my feet. All this loose stuff has worked its way down off the mountain, and we're going to, as we go further down, come across a couple of notable scree runs, so we need to get between those two to get to the Nape's Needle. Anyway, this for now. Just pick our way across the fell side, and you can sort of make out a very faint improvised path. It's not a well-known route, and most people don't do it, probably for reasons you might find out in this video. There we go. I can say though, it is impressive. You could actually walk around that, because I think the official route is down. Then you come back up here, and this is it. But you can't just nip across there. Depends how you're feeling. What do you think of that? Impressive, isn't it? Ahead of us here we've got a cairn knot. So I suppose it's a cairn in a way. You can definitely notice it. Easy to follow. So where Alison is there, I think according to Wainwright's book, it's called the water hole. I think she's going to go in it. Where are you going?
I'm going inside and explore.
You're going exploring?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So that is what's called the water hole. Wow. It is hands-on scramble time, so we'll try and get up here with a GoPro. Not always the best idea. There we go. Oh. Just got to catch up with Alison, really. She's lagging off. All right, you. A dead end. Yeah, no, we'll have a look at it. There you go. So that is it. So this is definitely climber territory. And look at that. Not surprised. That'd be cool. Right, yeah. Anyway, we're going around this really, so no need to come up here. There we go. Just getting back down, but we're just going really across the front of this, so no need to go up there really, just thought we'd show you. It is, however, part of an overhang, so if it's raining, you want to have your butties in the dry, you can go in there. It is a bit bouldery, you can go down a little bit and across and up to avoid all this, but I don't mind. We're not in an adventure, so we're going up here. Because there's a path down there and it goes almost to the main path and then comes back up, but forget it. That's where we're going. Just sticking as tight to this as we can. As you're coming across this boulder field, you'll come out and there's a grassy path there. Just keep checking on your route. Right, come on, you come down. Oh, we could have gone round that way. Well, I know it's hard to pick out this, so just keep checking on your phone. I'll say the route's in the description. So once you're through there, you can see the path. It's more of a sheep trod than anything else, but just work our way along. Wow, there's a makeshift cairn. Tell us we're on the right path. There you go, that's a bit easier to follow. Wow, we have got though cracking views down to Wast Water. There we go. Your favourite water? Here's a good one, that. Whoop, let's get around here. And this is Nape's Needle. It's not really. Let's climb up the top. Oh, we've done it, Alison. Some of it is rocky and some of it is grassy. So there's not been much exposure yet, but it is coming. So if that's not your thing, then shut your eyes. There we go. This is a bit closer to the edge. Oh. So we'll level out and then we'll get onto that path. You can just see it in the distance there, just working its way up. It's just our look back. So there are a few cairn markers, just tell you're on the right path. I've got to keep going up there. Wow. That's that rocky bit done. Wow. Great views back for a rest. Liking it? Good. Good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I like a climber.
Good climber. Right, continue up there. I can see some cairn action up there, so we'll head our way that way. We'll get into the more sort of vertical section now as we're going up. This is still our route. Looks mad. Pick our way through these boulders. Wow. What a view. There's a little cairn to tell us what we're doing. So far so good. definitely a hands-on experience. So yeah, probably gloves in the winter. Just going into autumn now. Said it'd be 4 degrees on the top, but feels like about 10, doesn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a wet one at this height.
Oh, definitely down there.
Yeah, it's cracking. Getting amazing views all the time. Can get very distracted by that. Best not though. We're quite close to Pillar, and that is one with the Shamrock Traverse on the side. So that's another one of the exciting situations. Did it the other week. That is fantastic. If you don't mind exposure, it's really good. So have a look at that video if you wish, and that can give you 2 to do from this valley. Wow. Scree, my favourite. Whoop. It is loose, that's for sure. Right, oh look, a sheepy. Always some signs of sanity if you can see a sheep.
Oh yeah, sure.
If you're in places where there aren't sheep, it's probably a daft idea. We'll probably not see any later on. Bit of mountain heather still in bloom. If you are doing this, one of the things about this is there are natural scree runs coming down. They do look like paths, so you can find yourself off route quite easily. So I'd say pretty essential that you have that app open to sort of help you get along. So we're just checking it between us, make sure we're okay, because this is not the kind of place where you want to get lost. Here's our current path. So that is it heading up. Again, you can lightly pick it out, but it's not exactly well trodden. Exposure wise, that's what you're dealing with. But I really don't particularly feel like I'm going to fall down it. You would slip though, and we are on scree. So you need to be fairly confident on that kind of a surface. For me as well, just to note, I always find it easier going up than coming down, because more chance of slipping coming down. So that's why I'm going up this rather than coming down it. There we go. Whoa. Actual path. Wow. What a great little route, if you like that sort of thing. Yeah, that's easy to pick out now, isn't it? We're just heading over towards the crop of rocks at the top. So far, we've come along here and sort of, well, you can go either around that or sort of across the top and down. But the official route is down and round. If you're new to the channel, then I do sort of mix it up a little bit. So some are like this, a bit of a tester. Some are nice gentle walks, even lake walks like I did the other week. And you know, you can find something for everyone, I hope, on it. And I've got a folder called Family Walks if you're just beginning, so probably worth having a go at a couple of those. How are you finding it?
Good.
What do you think compared to the other routes up Great Gable we did? For this?
Yeah.
Gets more fun in it. It's more exposed for sure, but with exposure and drop off comes them views. Look at that. Next job on this then, we need to get around this. So it looks like people have gone up and around the top. It is loose though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you can also go straight across here. You're right there. If you are walking on scree, by the way, like this, this is not how you do it. You want to sort of go, you want to go with the momentum of the scree as you go. I'll tell you what you can do. Well, a little tip for you if you're walking on scree. Say this if you're not used to it. The stones will try and knit together, so if you force the point of your toe in or your heel in, then I'll try and compact them together a bit more. You got more purchase than just putting your flat foot down. So that's how I'm doing it. Anyway, it's less dramatic. Okay, so you can see now you head across there. Lovely. Well, Well, there is. This is the actual bit of path we're supposed to be on. So, if I say it's easy to get off target. And it's a bit slippy, like that. Scree! No one there though. What? My glasses are big on you. I'll bring your own. Anyway, bit of fun in it. Yeah, it's a bit stony. Just watch our feet as we go. Whoop. Looks like someone's mowed that, doesn't it? Look at that. It's the best bit of path on it. It's probably where the sheep come down. And our mountain heather in full bloom. There you go. Surprised there's no bumbles on it. Oh, what a trail. As we're going into autumn, it's the first time I've had to think about lights for a while. So we'll have completed this with 2 hours left of light. But if you're doing it any later in the year than October, then you need to factor that in, because you don't want to get caught here when you're not really sure of the terrain, and if you've not got the right equipment. So got a head torch anyway, as usual. It's got great views. That's probably why it's got a separate mention in the book that Wainwright wrote for the Western Fells, because it is absolutely fantastic. The exposure, if you are okay with it, just gives you huge views all the time. I mean, look at that. It's crazy. When we get up to Nape's Needle, we'll have a good look at that. And sometimes there are climbers on it, but I'm not sure about today because it is pretty quiet around the place, even though it's a Sunday, probably because the weather was terrible yesterday, and that's put a few people off. Not us though, I'm going to go for it. There we go. We're at the point now that we've got to Hell's Gate, so it's a bit of a scree run that comes down. We have to get over it. This is it. And there's one at the other side as well. So work our way up. I think I'm going to go close to the wall to get around it. Right, that's just going to do us. This seems the most stable bit, although I feel like that's a path on that side. It looks lighter, but doesn't matter. We'll get there in a minute. This is no big deal. Yeah, you can see where it's a bit more depressed here, where people have been up it. So tip for walking on scree like this, dig your toes in if you're going up, and that gives you a compression point to push the rocks together. And it means it'll be less slippy. Right, that's how we do it. Easy. Digging your tippy toes in.
Yeah.
That was easy then, wasn't it?
That was easier.
Now there is a lighter path going up there, but you don't go up there. We're going to walk around the face of this. So here we go. Got an ascent to do. All right. Steady-ish run as we follow this path. What a path though. So I suppose if you did go up the other side, you could come down here. So either way, just in the distance, Scarfell Pike at the top, Lingmel in front of us here, and then Scarfell just on this side. And then looking down, I've got Gable Head, Wast Water, and then Barrow on this side. So from here, it's a bit of a split point. It looks like some people have gone up there, but this is the official path down here. So we'll go along that one. We do go around sort of an exposed edge here, But again, just watch your feet. It's, despite hammering it down yesterday, it's a dry day up here, so that's good for us. There we go. A heather be seen. A few weeks ago would have been full of bumblebees. Ah, there's a curtain. Tell us we're in the right place. Well, it sometimes doesn't feel like it. There we go. A little bit of clambering to do. And we carry on. Most of the way along it now. And Nape's Needle isn't too far away. I sent my drone up to capture the crags, but just caught it on the rocks. Luckily it didn't fully crash, but my camera picture goes all wobbly and I couldn't capture Nape's Needle how I intended. But it's a good excuse to go back another time. I'm going to get to, just protect the mic there a bit, just going to get to the end here when we've completed this south traverse. I'm going to head down. We're thinking of going up Great Gable itself, but due to slight injury, Alison's done her ankle in a little bit, we're going to head down because that's the best thing to do, and of course then we'll be in the pub. That's us coming across then. Nearly there. And again, cracking view down, which has been accompanying us all day. Absolutely fantastic, yeah. Just up there, that's the run up on Lord Drake. Got another video on that if you want to see it. We'll continue forward. That little dip you can see in front of us, that's Beck Head. So we'll get to that, then that'll take us to our path to go down. Get through this, and it looks like this is the end of the run. Wow, what a route. That's us back to our path then. That's the South Traverse complete. So if you enjoyed that, it helps me if you click on the like. If you've done this or are thinking of doing it, just let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more of these, then if you click on subscribe in the corner, then you'll see the new ones as they come up. Right, we're going to head down to the pub now. So have a think what you want, and I'll see you in there. As we walk down, Moses' Trod is going to take us to the pub at the end. And Moses' real name, if he existed at all, was Moses Rigg, and he's a notorious bootlegger in the area. He actually worked at Honister Slate Mine, so it's told, and he used to make whiskey in this area. And one of his stills is supposed to be on the side of Great Gable, and it's now, according to Wainwright's book, in ruins. So given that was written a while ago, it'd probably be very, very hard to find. But he used to put bog water in the whiskey, and it's said to improve the flavour. But I actually think if he's doing that, it's to make it look brown, because moonshine, or whiskey that's not really 3 years old, isn't brown, it'll be clear, and you can make it in about a month. Not that this is a course in doing that, but I think with it being so young, to make it go brown, he's put some peaty water in it to make it look more authentic. Anyway, let's get down to the pub and see what they've got in there. That's a bit streamy, isn't it? It's all the runoff from yesterday. Oh lordy. Right, let's try and keep our boots dry. This rundown as well is, well, not now, but in a minute, it'll be quite a bit of a scree run, so just be careful on that. But if you've done this route, you'll be well practiced by now. Just cracking out the poles, because that's also useful on scree. Fantastic views going down.